Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, friends. Welcome this evening. So happy to see all of you here tonight. My name is Jay Johnson. It's my privilege to serve here as the rector of All Saints Episcopal Church in Saugatuck. We are also live streaming tonight on YouTube. So we are entertaining the world tonight, which is awesome. And we do this is our third annual Jazz for Justice street party that we have moved inside. We love our outside sanctuary and we love our inside sanctuary. So we're really glad we're able to do this. We do this every year, it's our third year, to make sure that as a religious community of faith, we are standing in solidarity with LGBTQ people everywhere, and especially here in this wonderful Lakeshore region. And we want to make sure that we are visibly religious and visibly in solidarity with LGBTQ people. So that's why we're doing this. And we get to have fun while we do it. If you were here earlier before this past break, you heard the wonderful combo that was here. They were great. A great round of applause for them. But you ain't heard nothing yet. I mean, the acoustics in here with all of this going on back here, it's going to be wonderful. Just a couple logistical notes this evening. We're a full house, so if it's possible to squeeze into the center to let people move in on either ends of your pews, that would be very helpful. Also, as you may know, there's a bathroom right through this door. There are more bathrooms on the far side of the building, food trucks, wine, beer, and dessert. It's a wonderful evening for everybody. And you know, people have been asking me, of course, can't you do something about the weather? And let me just make something clear about that. I'm in sales, not management. Do you know how long I've been waiting to use that line? So, I want to invite up here our parish musician, Sander Owens, to say a few words of welcome as well. Sander.
Thank you. As Jay said, my name is Sander Owens, and I serve as the parish musician here at All Saints Saugatuck. And every year, I just like to come up and say why I think it is important and great that we have jazz here as a part of this event. And a lot of people would say jazz in an Episcopal church, that doesn't really make sense. And to that I would say, one, choral evensong for justice doesn't have the same ring to it. But also, as music director here, I really strive to create a varied schedule and varied environment here where all kinds of music are part of our worshiping and event life here, because I think that there's a lot of good music in the world and we can all use that to celebrate and be joyful. And I think jazz especially is appropriate for an event celebrating LGBTQ Pride Month with its spirit of collaboration and theater and joy. I really don't think there could be anything better, as much as that pains my organist heart to say. So I just wanted, as Jay said, welcome again. We'd love to have you all here.
Thanks, Sander. Also want to welcome Mike Wright to say a few words about how this is all. I shouldn't say what he's going to say because I don't know what he's going to say, but this is all part of our LGBTQ Pride Week here in Saugatuck Douglas, and there are a bunch of people here who are part of planning all of that.
Thank you, Jay. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. 'Cause, 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 'cause,
As Jay said, I'm Mike Wright. I'm with the Saugatuck Douglas Community Pride Committee Board, and on behalf of all of the board of directors, I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. The weatherman didn't really cooperate, but All Saints pivoted in their very unique style. We're doing this no matter what, and here we are, and it's just a wonderfully different event this year. So, congratulations to you, and thank you for planning and hosting this for the third year. They came to us a few years ago and said, we want to do something for Pride, and we were thrilled to have such a wonderful partner. And they don't just host this event. They're a gold sponsor, and they have a vendor booth on Saturday, so it's really hard to imagine having a better partner than All Saints Episcopal Church. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for that. And more importantly than sponsoring our committee, Jay alluded to this a little bit earlier, it's so important right now that we have a religious establishment like this that shows community and inclusivity, and honestly, for I think a lot of us, you're just a beacon of hope. So thank you very much for that. And speaking of community, we've had an amazing Pride Week so far. This is our 7th annual Pride here in Saugatuck Douglas, and it's definitely been our most successful one. So far this week, we've had a number of events and speakers that have been attended by over 700 people in Saugatuck. Obviously, everyone here is going to add to our total. We honestly think that we're going to hit 5,000 by we get tomorrow. Weatherman has to cooperate for us too, but we do think that we can hit that. We have a new event tomorrow morning, the Pride Color Run, which I think a lot of people are walking in, so you don't have to run, don't be intimidated. You can still sign up for that. Sign up if you're not already in, is at 8:30, and the run walk starts at 9:30. The Pride Parade is tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Lineup is at Saugatuck High School. You don't have to be signed up for that either. Please show up, drive in the parade. We had a record number of cars last year, and we're hoping to break that again this year. So please participate in that. And our grand finale is Pride in the Park tomorrow at Beery Field from 11:30 to 6. More fun, more music, more drinks, more food. 2 wonderful bands that I think will appeal to a lot of our generation in this room. Let's use that word. Hello Weekend and 16 Candles. It will be a great time. So please come out and join us for that. We've just been overwhelmed by the response we've had, and I know that we will continue to have. Most of our board members are here, so I'd like to introduce them, our dream team. They make the magic happen. We're all a little bit tired. It's the end of the week, but we've got one more day to go, and we're very excited about that. Jeff Hanlon, our president. You're already tired of me talking. I'm Mike Wright, the vice president. Troy Weiland, the treasurer, or the secretary, I'm sorry. Michael Gant, the treasurer. Jim Babcock, our master of marketing. Beth Davis, David Jarvis, and Garnett Lewis. So without extending this any further than I already have, thanks again for being here, and thanks so much, All Saints Episcopal Church, for putting this on and being an essential part of Pride.
Okay, so thanks to Walk Me Up and to Rika Taqueria and Crane's Pie and all the stuff, wine, and IHS for the beer, and many thanks to all of them. Without further ado, we're going to have the Lakeshore Community Chorus at the next break. Yay! So, without further ado, the Holland Concert Jazz Orchestra.
fine. Okay, that's me, 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 me. That's what instrumentalists do. Okay, couple of things real quick. First of all, those of you with hearing aids, I apologize. Right off the bat, it is a big band, okay? We'll be as delicate as we possibly can. But there's a couple of other announcements I wanted to make sure that you had. In the back, there are flyers about the Holland Concert Jazz Orchestra. Please take one of those with you. This is, what'd you call it, Keith? This is fundraising season. This is fundraising season. We work really hard to do those three things that are on there: advocate, educate, and perform. You're going to hear performance, but we also advocate for jazz, and we educate young people on the West Shore about jazz and have them perform as often as we possibly can. So please enjoy, ladies and gentlemen, the Holland Concert Jazz Orchestra. I featured on tenor saxophone Otis Connors, ladies and gentlemen. On alto saxophone, Andrew Suzuki. And on, you guys pulled a switcheroo on me over that. I was going to say Matthew, but I'm not going to do that. That's my brother back there. How about a hand for Matt, ladies and gentlemen, on the trumpet? Yeah. And on the drums, ladies and gentlemen, Landon Ewers. So, there are some seats up here for those of you who are brave enough to endure the sound of the big band. Okay? Yeah, because there's at least 3 here. There's one there. Okay? So if you'd like to come on up. Okay? All right. Our next piece is going to feature Linus Gear on tenor saxophone and Landon on the drums once again. This is called Alone Together. Okay, that's a cool tune, isn't it? Alone together, yeah, that's a really cool tune, yeah. Okay, all right, we are going to go way, way, way back. This was a piece that was, I think this was written, I think I was in high school when this came, no, I'm just kidding. Right, but this piece, some of you may be familiar with the name Sammy Nestico. Nestico did a lot of arrangements for the Count Basie Orchestra, but he also was a composer in his own right with a lot of arrangements that were out there for just tons of bands. And every band that we knew about played something by Sammy Nestico. And this is one of his more well-known pieces called Hey Burner. Testing. Hey, there we go. All right. Okay. Thank you so very much. Once again, that was Hay Burner. So many of you may be familiar with, in the Holland area, there's a boat shed where they do a big outdoor thing with the Holland Orchestra, Holland Symphony Orchestra. We will be in concert there with them on the 18th. That's on a Thursday afternoon. Okay, yeah, so those of you, now, here's the thing. Their concert starts at 7. We actually begin at 6. So if you want to hear some shake your butt stuff before the long hair stuff happens, make sure you get there for 6 o'clock so you get a chance to hear us perform. And we'll be doing some outstanding music for you. Yeah, I'm telling you. We'll be doing some outstanding music for you there as well. Now, I looked around and I saw a lot of people sitting in the seat. You know you can get up and dance. You got all of this right here. Show it off. Okay? Now, I'm a doctor. My name is Dr. James Sawyer, but if you break something, I can't help you. Okay, I'm not that kind of doctor, okay? But I want you to get up and really enjoy. And if you want to clap, if you know the song, you know the words, you want to sing it out, okay? But I want you to enjoy this. This is a nice, cozy environment to enjoy some wonderful jazz music, right? Okay, all right, there we go. All right, this next piece, it's called Speak Low. Many of you have heard this piece, but you haven't heard this particular arrangement of it, and we really enjoy playing it for you, so we're going to do that this evening. Speak Low. I'd like to introduce the group to you. I've seen it done different ways, but I'm just going to introduce them this way. I'm going to start with the back of the group, and it normally doesn't happen that way, but I think you'll appreciate it. In the back, ladies and gentlemen, in the trumpet section, on the far end, Austin Hunt, ladies and gentlemen. On lead trumpet, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Sumner. Joining us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and doing a wonderful job back there, Tyler Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. And now I'm going to really embarrass him. Where are your parents? Where are they? Okay, you guys got to stand up. Okay, come on. Come on. That's right. That's right. Okay, because Tyler's joining us. He's joining Western, correct? He's a student at Western Michigan University, ladies and gentlemen, so we really appreciate you allowing him to be with us tonight. Yeah, okay. And you've heard him a couple of times tonight, also with the combo, Danny Wade on trumpet. All right, on trombone, ladies and gentlemen, on the far end over there, Pat Parrish. On lead trombone, Ed Spear. My brother in crime, ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to look as tropical as we can today. Tom Allport, ladies and gentlemen. And on bass trombone, Adam Graham. On tenor saxophone, also you heard him earlier in the combo, ladies and gentlemen, Linus Guerra. My other brother who's joining me, we're trying to look as tropical as we can today, and I guess the temperature in here really works, doesn't it, Nathan Clark, ladies and gentlemen. On lead alto tonight, Andrew Strzezuski. And on the other saxophone, ladies and gentlemen, Otis Connors. And my little sister, who we are also doing the thing that we can do, Michelle Benjamin, ladies and gentlemen. In the rhythm section, in the far back over there, you can't miss him. He's looking really cool back there. Liam Cousins. On the drums, also in the far back, Landon Ewers. On piano, Grant Rupp. And this gentleman, everybody in this place should know him because he's a member of this church. David Gillespie, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm your host that loves you most, Dr. James Sawyer. Thank you so much for enjoying our music this evening. Okay, we're going to slow it down just a little bit, not much, okay? But we're going to feature Linus Guerra on tenor saxophone performing Europa.
partner. Get your partner.
So what?
Get your partner.
All right. This is Jive Samba. Let me double check.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm stepping on people now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Holland Concert Jazz Orchestra, very, very much. They will be back. They will be back after taking a break. We're going to hear a couple of pieces from the Lakeshore Community Chorus. And we have a wonderful little moment here before the chorus sings with a proclamation from the governor of Michigan for this occasion, which is really wonderful. But I'm going to hand this to Mike Wright. Give me your mic.
I'm back. Two things I really wanted to mention and should have when I talked the first time. Two incredibly just gifts that happened during our Pride Week this week. One, Liz Engel, who was here but she left, is donating 2 pieces of James Brandeis art. There's a silent auction going on online right now. It stops at 10 o'clock. If you're interested in that, go on to our website, communitypridemi.org, and bid away. But thanks to Liz for her generosity. All of the proceeds from that auction will come to Pride. So that's just a huge gift to us. So please give Liz a round of applause. Another just incredible surprise. 2 dear friends of my partner Jim and I, our next door neighbors actually, we had a dinner at the Kirby last night where all of the Kirby's profits from that dinner are being donated to the Human Rights Campaign. And our neighbors have been members of HRC for 30 plus years, and they came to us and said, we would like to do a challenge grant, and it's called the Saugatuck Challenge, and our dear neighbors, B. Crumbo and Mary Lee Hannell, will match up to $20,000 of donations to the HRC. HRC has a booth at Pride tomorrow. You can visit them or you can go online. If you donate online before you see them, they have a QR code for this. But if you can't make it and you want to donate, just go on and make sure somewhere in the notes you say Saugatuck Challenge, and then your donation will be matched. And if you're not a member of HRC, B and Mary Lee have agreed to match membership contributions of $25 as well. That's how strongly they feel about this. So again, please donate if you can, but just another 2 thrilling things that happened for Pride this year. Thank you. I'm going to turn this over to AJ Marino, who is going to read the governor's proclamation.
Good evening, everyone. I won't bore you all with the full proclamation, but unfortunately, Governor Whitmer cannot be here, so you got the 560-second best option, which is me. So I am here on her behalf, so try and bear with me. But really happy to be here today to present this proclamation on behalf of Governor Whitmer. And as someone who grew up here, one of the things that has always made Saugatuck Douglas so special is that it's a place where people can feel welcome, included, and free to be themselves. And that spirit is really reflected in this proclamation. It recognizes more than 373,000 LGBTQ plus residents who call Michigan home, the contributions of LGBTQ plus Michiganders make in every region of our state, and the important civil rights work that is happening in Michigan, and that Michigan has helped lead, from East Lansing passing the nation's first non-discrimination ordinance in 1972 to the expansion of the Elliott Larson Civil Rights Act in 2023. And the biggest thing about being here, too, is community pride helps carry that work forward here locally through visibility, celebration, education, and belonging. As an ally and as someone who is proud to work for Governor Whitmer, I'm grateful for the work that you do to make this community more affirming and connected. And I also want to say how proud I was that the Saugatuck Douglas community was represented at the Governor's Pride reception at her residence, which was just this past Monday to kick off Pride Month. So we had Jeff Hanlon from Community Pride was there, along with Mayor Holly Anderson from Saugatuck, Mayor Pro Tem Randy Walker from Douglas, Saugatuck Township Manager Daniel DeFranco, and leaders from the SCA, the CVB, and the History Center. And it was just a really nice reminder that this work is not just happening in Lansing, it's happening here because of people like you. So with that, I'm honored to present this signed proclamation from Governor Whitmer recognizing June 2026 as Pride Month in Michigan.
Thank you very much, AJ. And I want to invite now the Lakeshore Community Chorus. Hello, where are you? Let's go.
Let's get you in there. There's somebody's guitar case. Yep. Time to move this. Wendy took my stand. It's all right. There's one right there. You can put the music on the chair. Okay. There's one right there. Adam. One right- Is this it, Wendy?
Wendy.
That's David.
Okay, we're ready. We're ready to start the second half for you. Did you enjoy the choir? Yeah, yeah, that's great. All right, now you know, since all of these non-jazzers have left, you can move up, but you're not moving. Okay, we'll go with that. All right, so this first piece of the second half we're going to play for you. I met this composer in California who put together just some amazing music, and this is one that stuck out to me, and I said, man, we're going to play this because I think people are going to really enjoy it. It's called Alligator Gumbo, okay? So think of Louisiana, and alligators coming out of the water and dancing to the gumbo. All right, here we go. baby. Yeah, all right. Okay, we're going to slow it down just a little bit. This is one of those songs that you just kind of sit back and you really just enjoy it when you're listening to it. This one's called When You're Smiling. That just gets your heart going, dog. I'm telling you, I love that song. I love that song so much. All right. Just a couple of reminders, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some flyers back there. If you haven't picked up one yet, that give you a little bit of information about the Holland Concert Jazz Orchestra. We've got another performance coming up at the Holland Boat Shed. That's on the 18th of this month. If you get an opportunity to come out and check us out, we're the show before the show with the Holland Symphony Orchestra. Their performance is at 7. We play from 6 to 7, so be sure and come out and check us out. And then the other thing that we like to talk about, and we have it on our poster here, is the things that we do for the students in the West Shore area. We try to raise money to do different opportunities. For example, we give a scholarship each year to a deserving student who is about to go on to college, and they get that scholarship. We've had several students who have come through this program and have done exceptional work. There are students in the one that won this past year is at Michigan State. We've had them go to Western. So these are different opportunities that are out there. So we appreciate any kind of contributions that you can give to help us do that as well. So like I said, we advocate for jazz, we educate, and obviously we perform. And many of our performers here, ladies and gentlemen, are teachers. They're teachers in schools, and we're so happy to do anything that we can to help our young students who are coming up. So anything that you can do, we'd really appreciate in terms of your contribution. Okay. Does anybody know what cold duck is? He beat you to it. It's a champagne. It's a champagne. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's cold duck time. Here we go. 1, 2, oh, 1, 2, 3. Up, up. Have you enjoyed the music this evening? Thank you. We really appreciate you doing this. We really appreciate All Saints inviting us each year to do this performance, because this is a great cap off for us for all of the things that we do during the season. So when we can come here and open it up and let it hang, we just enjoy every bit of it, right? Next year, I know we're going to be outside, and I'm going to tell you, here was the plan, ladies and gentlemen. I brought my hat. I said I was so ready for this. Summer's coming. I told everybody, I said, wear your best tropical attire. We were going to wear shorts. We were going to be, sandals. We wanted to get everybody in the mood. Saugatuck on the beach, the boats. Oh, it was good. And Mother Nature said, But that's okay. All right, because we brought it inside and we still jammed. It was okay, right? All right, thank you. All right, so we're going to play 2 more pieces for you. Both of these are tunes I don't even have to introduce to you. You're just going to enjoy them, and you'll know exactly what you're listening to. Here we go.
so much for being here tonight. This was just wonderful. Loved having you inside. Very quickly, I want to introduce to you the Reverend Rebecca Taylor. She is very recently on staff here at All Saints. I neglected to introduce her earlier. She just started this week, but we're really, really glad to have Rebecca here, so you'll be seeing more from her very soon. So have a great night. Thank you again, Holland Concert Jazz Orchestra.